So the first job, of course, is to set up the tripod and the camera. I'm building my Lapse adapter here, and then goes the camera, the AX3, off comes the lens, and on goes the rotor razor part. It's basically a thing that has a little plastic thing that whizzes around and simulates film grain, and then I put a lens on the front, which is a 28mm. Setting everything up there, trying a light, didn't really work. Now tape measure comes out to measure the focus distance, so I make sure that I've got it set up okay. Not quite sure I got this one right. Anyway, there we go, checking with my eye line there, and now tidying up a few things in the background of the image. Got my audio recorder there ready, and setting up the shot. No more tape measure stuff, and finally, eventually, we'll be ready for the shot. No, this is what happened. I realised that the light wasn't good, so I've put a little lamp in there to light both sides of my face. We've got the ceiling lamp and the light from the window coming in. This is some diffusion that I'm putting on to diffuse the light so it's not so harsh on my face. Off comes my jumper, and now we're ready to... And here we go, I'm recording the first shot. That was that. Very quick. And I've taken the camera up to a higher level, changed the lens to 50mm, so it's closer in, and I'm now trying to work out how to frame it right. So if I have it pointed at my face when I'm stood up, it's too high, but I want it pointed lower, but then I have to kind of kneel. So switch chairs round, so I'm actually sitting on the arm of the chair to make it look like I'm standing up next to the shelf, but actually I'm partially sitting down. Moving the light, because otherwise it would be right next to my face, which would be terrible. So here it is set up again, bit more diffusion gel on there to diffuse it, and then we're ready for the shot, I think. I don't know what I'm trying to work out here, but clearly there was something. I was just checking I got the measurements right and everything. And then here I am checking the audio from the first clip just to make sure that it was fine. I was a bit paranoid about that. So now here we go, doing the second shot. Me talking to the camera, that's that done. Second take, I think. Happy with that. And then I've moved the camera again onto the third shot, setting that up. Working out my line again. And yes, I've decided, there we go, that's the first take. And do it again. Now for the next shot, which is another close-up. Still on the 50mm lens, these are all 50mm. Had to put the light back to where it was before. If I'd planned this out better, I would have done them out of order, because there's kind of the beginning and end shots kind of are the same, then kind of working towards each other in the middle are the same. Anyway, so I'm recording this shot now, and then I'm thinking about something. I don't know what I'm thinking about there. I think it was my housemates in the kitchen had talked over it, so I wanted to check the audio. So it was bad, so I had to shoot it again. That's okay. I'm just watching it back. Yes, that's fine. Checking the audio again. That's okay. Right, now switching the lens back for the final shot on 28mm, which if I had been wise, I'd have shot both of them at the beginning, but no. So here we go, shooting that. That's fine. No, it's not fine. I have to do it again. Checking that back, and there we go, wrapped for the shoot. So here we are into the edit suite, and here I am importing the clips. In this case, I went through and just made sure I got all the good takes, so I didn't have to waste time. And you realise how much I stroke my beard. So that's that logging, copying the audio across, and then it's just a case of putting all the clips into a timeline and now matching up the audio that I recorded on my Zoom with the pictures, which there's about 5 clips in here of me waffling on. So that's all the audio in. Now it's then a case of trimming it up to actually tighten up all the beginnings and ends of the shots so they flow into each other. In one case there's a slice that I made to a middle of a shot, which I will then fill, and this is the bit where I'm going for a clip search. This time I needed a clip from the War Games, so I found that, ripped it from the DVD, there it is. Then I have to convert that into something that I can use that's HD wise. That goes into the timeline, and there it is, trimming it down. That's fine. So now into colour. This is for the colour grade. Trying to match all the shots of me so that they look like the lighting was all the same for them. I had a bit of difficulty with this, that the 28mm stuff didn't quite match up with the 50mm stuff, but I was quite pleased with the results I could get from the 50mm. Here's me adjusting the Patrick Troughton shot as well. I usually put a sepia filter on clips from Doctor Who these days, and then it goes to render. Right, speed through that process. This goes back into Final Cut Pro. Now I've got the sound into Soundtrack. Quite simple on this one. I'm just making sure that the levels for all the clips are the same. Back into Final Cut, and then it's simply a case of putting on any text that I need to, and then putting the titles on beginning end, and then it's out into Compressor to be exported for the internet, which is what it's doing now. And yes, let's just fade out on that one. That's how an episode of TMDWP is made.